Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. I have more inks to swatch here. This is part 2 of my ink haul from Roxy, plus also the mystery bag here from S, which I was able to figure out, or she was able to let me know what this means. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. I'm here in my Hobonichi A5 notebook, and I'll be swatching with my, what is this one called again? My Speedball B-Nib. Oh, it's 8 o'clock on Wednesday evening and my brain's a little bit like, meh. And then my stainless steel Kakimori nib, and these are both on my River City Penco nib holders. And then, like I said off camera, I'll be swatching on Rhodia paper as well as in my A5 ring binder to do the color families. Let's get started. The first ink we're going to swatch is a sample from Kitty Ink Pot from AliExpress, and I don't actually, oh, there we go. It's a bit of a green color. So let's see here. Oh, it's a really light green. Very light. So what does that look like in writing? I think it might be too light in writing. This is from, whoop. See, it's hardly even coming off my thing. Kitty Ink Pot. And this is called Blind Bag. Probably not one that I would write with in an extra fine nib, but this might be fun to paint with. Yeah, definitely not a legible writer, that one, but I think it'd be good for painting. So that is Kitty Ink Pot Blind Bag. The next ink is Robert Oster, Robert Oster Saguaro Green. And this one looks like it's a kind of murky olive green. Let's move that out of the way here. And see what this looks like. Oh, I'm trying to get organized here. Oh, that's lovely. Looks like it would be a nice spring or summery green. So Robert Oster Saguaro Green. Actually, that's quite lovely. I don't know what that reminds me of right now. No, I can't think of anything that it reminds me of right now. I'll have to look through my color family for green later. But oh, I really like that. It seems to write well, comes off the nib quite well, and it's quite legible. So that is Robert Oster Saguaro Green. Now that that's dried a bit, take a look at some of the chromo shading. There's like little hints of yellow and gold in there. Lovely, absolutely lovely. So the next one is Robert Oster Crocodile Green. So I feel like this one is going to be more olivey green, but we will see. These are definitely inks I have not tried before. Oh, I like that kind of olive green. Now, how close is it to, well, probably not that close, I don't think. I don't think it's that close to Rohrer and Klingner Alt Gold Grün. I feel like this one is more yellow. But again, I will compare them at the end. Robert Oster Crocodile Green. I do like the more yellowy olive green tone of this ink. Oh, look at that. Not the straightest line, but that's okay. Yeah, I really like that one. It's coming off the nib really well. It seems to be quite legible, but also I really like that shade of green. And you can tell there is more yellow in it, whereas this one probably has more blue. So that is Robert Oster Crocodile Green. The next ink is Robert Oster Moss. And I can't remember if I've ever tried this ink. I don't think I have. So I'm always up for trying new inks, especially when friends offer them in an ink swap. Ooh. I'm trying not to buy as many inks right now because I mean, we all have more than enough ink to get us through how many lifetimes here. But also, I'm now really trying to look at what I have in my collection, but also when I am swatching new inks like this, the things that I'm thinking about are, how is this going to look in an extra fine nib? Is it going to look very, very similar to another ink that I already have? And if it does, then I don't need to buy a bottle of it. Even if the ink swatch or the bigger swatch looks different, when I write with this on a day-to-day basis, it's going to still look the same or maybe similar to another ink. Ooh, as I'm just noticing, look at how Kitty Inkpot blind bag is drying. There's like hints of blue in there. Really interesting. Yeah, probably not one I would write with on a day-to-day basis, but that's interesting. Okay, anyway, squirrel. Robert Oster moss. Next, from Birmingham Penco, we have pincushion moss. Pincushion moss. Is that an actual, it sounds like it would be an actual plant or form of vegetation. Ooh, that's a lot. Interesting. You know what I'm noticing is that depending on the type of ink, even the way I put it down, I say the texture is different because this feels like it's thicker, more viscous than the other inks that I've tried. So this is making sure that I don't have too much on there. Oh my gosh, this is so wet. Birmingham. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then pin cushion moss. Oh my gosh, that's a whole mess. That is extremely wet. Wow. Very, very wet ink. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the desired effect of it, but yeah, very, very wet ink. Lovely color of green, but I don't think it would necessarily be for me if that's how wet it's going to be. I feel like it's gonna just bleed through every paper that I've got. So Birmingham Penco pincushion moss. And the last of the greens is Birmingham Penco Kentucky Bluegrass. So let's see what this is. You know what? When I did my exploration of the green inks, I was actually really surprised by how many tones of green I had. There you go. Okay. I feel like this is more of a Kelly green situation that's happening here. Sorry, my mistake. Not Kelly green, but how do I describe the different tones of green? I'm just going to write BPC Kentucky Bluegrass. This one is definitely not as wet as its predecessor here. It's a lovely green. Reminds me of like a darker Diamine Meadow, which is one of my favorite greens. So that is Birmingham Penco Kentucky Bluegrass. The next ink is Robert Oster Van Ness Charred Hickory. And it's hard for me to tell what the ink is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a coppery brown. So let's take a look here. Ooh, I feel like I was right. It's more of like a warm reddish brown. And look at the way that that's dried. What does that remind me of? I'm going to be really bad at comparisons this evening just because my brain is like, I just want to swatch. So charred hickory. It's a lovely brown. I feel like it's got more orange undertones to it as well. Yeah, just even in that line width, you can see how orange that brown is. So that's Robert Oster and Van Ness Charred Hickory. The next ink is Birmingham Penco London Fog. Now this one looks like it's more of a purpley brown, but let's see what that looks like. Ooh, oh, I like that. I kind of like these tones of browns better, the ones that are kind of grayish, I don't know. I don't know. I like browns. What am I saying? I like brown inks. So this is Birmingham Penco. Yeah, let's just do BPC. Wow, that's wet. London Fog. Yeah, quite a wet ink, but I really like the tone of that. Is it, in some angles it looks purple, and then some angles you can see a little bit of pink. I really like that. So Birmingham Penco London Fog. Next we have Birmingham Penco Brushwood. This looks like it's a lighter brown. Again, amazing to me how many browns there are. How many tones, and just look at that. 3 browns, one after the other, and they all look so different. Against these two, this looks purple. Against these two, this looks red. And then this one actually looks brown. Really interesting how that works. I really like that. I really like these two, the Birmingham Penco London Fog and then Brushwood. But I feel like I already have a few inks that look like this. So I'll compare it once it's dried and see what I have that's quite similar to it. But oh, that's lovely. So that's Birmingham Penco Brushwood. Next we have another Birmingham Penco. This one is Weathered Brick. So I think this one is going to be more reddish brown than the other ones that we've tried so far. Let's take a look here. I also don't want to put a ton on my Speedball B-nib. Yeah, this one definitely looks more red. Ooh, I do kind of like that though. There's a little bit of a pinky undertone. I like that. I like that. I thought it was brown, but it's looking more red or burgundy. So this is Birmingham Penco. Oh my gosh, but it's so wet coming off the nib. Oh my God. PC. Weathered Brick. See, this is why I can't write with a broad nib, because my writing looks like a puddle. Although I have tried, I think it was a triple broad, and it was just insane with my writing. I had to write really big. But anyway, Birmingham Penco Weathered Brick. Very wet, but I really like the tone of that. Next we have Birmingham Penco Burley Wood, and I don't think I've tried this one before. Oh, that one's closed tightly here. Now there, I think, was it this one? I can't remember. There was an ink that did leak and I had to clean that off everything. And that does occasionally happen. Ooh, oh, I like that. Now you can tell this ink was made with like yellows and greens because of just the way that that's going down. Yep, as soon as I cleaned off my Speedball B-nib, the whole jar of water turned the highlighter green. So this is Birmingham Penco Burley Wood. And I feel like it might have some sheen to it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to wait for it to dry. I don't really do well with sheening inks. I can appreciate how beautiful they are and the overall effect of that, but they're just not good for my very sensitive eyes in terms of light. We'll wait for that to dry. But that is Birmingham Penco Burley Wood. Yeah, you can see that drying, but there's a little bit of sheen on there, so we'll see how I feel about that. And then we have Private Reserve Copper Burst. Let's see what this one looks like. I do like my brown inks. Ooh, I like that one too. Oh yeah, out of the browns, I do like Copper Burst. I like Brushwood. I also like London Fog because it goes down and you think it's brown, but it looks more purple. Really, really interesting. So we have Private Reserve Copper Burst. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's a really nice shade of brown, more on the warmer side, whereas the one right above it, Brushwood, is a little bit cooler in tone. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Really lovely. Private Reserve Copper Burst. All right, next we have Tono and Limbs Amethyst. Ooh, and it has shimmer. So make sure that I agitate that and get all the shimmer from the bottom. I do like purple shimmer inks. And funny enough, purple's not a color that I would wear, but for an ink color, I'm all over that. Ooh, that's lovely. That's nice. I want to see what the color shimmer is as it dries. I really like how that's drying. I feel like it's also got some chromo shading properties, and it seems to match really well with my dip pen. So this is Tono and Limbs, and it is Amethyst. That's gorgeous. I really, really enjoy that. That is definitely, ooh, going into a pen probably next month, because I'm hoping to do 15 inks 30 days again in July, and then I have a purple pen that I already know that I'm going to put this in. So that is Tono and Limbs Amethyst. The next ink is one that I've wanted to try for a while. It's Diamine Shimmertastic Frosted Orchid. And the Shimmertastic inks from Diamine are fantastic. Shimmertastic, fantastic. Oh, my jokes are bad after 8 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted. But anyway, the shimmer inks from Diamine are some of my favorite because they're so well behaved. Oh, that's lovely. Kind of looks like a lighter version of Weathered Brick with shimmer. I really like how that's drying down. Whoops, too wet. There we go. Diamine. Frosted Orchid. Oh, I love that. Look at that silvery shimmer. Now with the, I say old, Shimmertastic inks from Diamine, in the bottles that they had for them, you knew which one had silver shimmer and which one had gold shimmer based on the color of the lid of the bottle. So this one has silver shimmer, so it would have been a silver lid on the bottle. So that is Diamine Frosted Orchid. Next we have Colorverse and Birmingham. Can we just say how cute this little bottle is? It's absolutely adorable, although I feel like it's almost too dainty for me. I am a little bit of a klutz. But ooh, that's lovely. That kind of reminds me of, and it's probably an incorrect assumption, but it kind of reminds me of Pilot Oroshizuku Yamabudo, kind of. So I'd probably call this magenta rather than purple, but I'll put it in my purple category. So Colorverse and Andromeda. That's beautiful. I really like that. It does look quite dark in the writing, but I love the way that it looks in those swatches. So Colorverse, Andromeda. All right, 2 more to go. Thank you so much for sticking with me. So now we have Birmingham Penco Ambered Abode. Oh gosh, I don't know if it's supposed to be Ambered Abode. I feel like it might be. All right, so I think this one is a little bit more brown. Yes. Oh, it's like, it reminds me of Teranishi Nostalgic Honey, but a little bit more orange. So we have Birmingham Penco Ambered Abode. It's not a color that I would normally go for, but when I actually look at the comparisons, it looks very similar to Wearing Gold, the Star Child. I actually have it right here in terms of like the base color, although this one looks a little bit more coral. Really interesting. So Birmingham Penco Ambered Abode. And the last ink of the bunch is Diamine Sunshine Yellow. Now, I already have Diamine Amber in the search for a dupe to Buttered Popcorn, but this looks like it could be a good match for buttered popcorn. Let's see how it writes. So let's see how this writes. Got diamine. Oh wow, that's quite legible. Sunshine yellow. Yes, this one is really a good match for Ferris wheel press buttered popcorn. This has that hint of orange that makes it legible. I wasn't sure if I could see that from just the bottle, but I think it's actually a really good dupe or substitute for buttered popcorn. So diamine, sunshine yellow. So that was a lot of ink swatching. Let's go ahead and see if we can find something similar in my collection here for these. Now, I was looking at Kitty Inkpot blind bag and I don't really have anything that looks like it. It's like this grayish green, but then I thought possibly, no. See, I was thinking like Colorverse Alpha PSC, but it's PSC Pisces, but this one is more green. This one has hints of blue in it, which make it look a little gray. Really interesting. And then Saguaro Green, I actually thought was also quite similar to Colorverse Alpha Pisces, and I feel like the two are quite similar, although this has pinky undertones to it. What else looks like that to me? I feel like there's other ones in my green collection that look like it. But then if we go to Robert Oster Crocodile Green, I thought that it was similar to Rohr and Klingner Alt Gold Grün. There's some similarities, but this one looks like it's a bit more yellow. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to have to choose between the two, I always like Rohr and Klingner Alt Gold Grün. You don't need to own both. You don't need to own both of those. Then Robert Oster Moss. Looks kind of like, oh no, Ferris wheel press Spruce County Post is a bit more blue. I don't think I actually have anything that looks like that. No, not Peter Moss. Peter Moss has more yellow in it. Rohr and Klingner Deep Pine looks like it could be quite similar, but I think that one was a limited edition, so don't come at me for that one. Yeah, or no, Avocado looks different. Yeah, a lovely green. Lovely green. It's not similar to anything that I currently have at the moment. And then I feel like these are all actually quite similar, even though this one does look lighter in the writing. This one looks more blue. Interesting. What did I say that that looked like? Ooh, not Robert Oster Hemp. No, so many greens. So many greens. Ooh, you know what? Does matcha ice cream, Pen BBS matcha ice cream, kind of looks like crocodile green, but this is more green. Then, yeah, trying to find something that matches the Kentucky bluegrass, but I don't think I have anything like that. Yeah, it's kind of more of a muted green. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not the same. Not the same, and that's okay. All right, and then charred hickory. I thought was brown at first, but then it turned into more of a burgundy. And I don't think I have anything like that, like Monarca Tiara Colorada. Oh, that is very similar, but this one is lighter in saturation. And then London Fog I thought was brown, but it looks more purple gray, kind of like a darker version of Plowman's Pebble. Or let's look in my grays here. No, I don't think so. Nothing in the purples. I don't know. Like there's Antique Aubergine, which is a lighter version of that. So again, really interesting. Brushwood. What does that one remind me of? Whoopsie. Brushwood. No, not those. Gosh, look at my fingers. I thought Oyster Hour, but no, Oyster Hour has more yellow in it. This is a cooler brown. I like that though. And I don't think I really have anything like it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything like it. And I know it's brown, but it's brown. Yeah, nothing on that page. Maybe it's a lighter tone of Monteverde Moonstone. That's probably the closest that I can come up with. Interesting. Yeah, because it's a cooler tone brown. Really interesting. Okay, then Weathered Brick. To me, looks like Tyrian Purple. Diamine Tyrian Purple. And where is that? Oh, like, I mean, there's Birmingham Penco Waterfront Dusk. This is more purple and that has more pink or red to it. Then where is my Tyrian Purple? Come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, so Tyrian Purple is a little bit more red. A little bit more red than that. And then Birmingham Penco Burleywood. I have nothing that looks like that. It looks like a murky brown with green sheen. Private Reserve Copper Burst. I don't think I actually have a brown that looks like that, and I'm very interested in that, so I'm going to try that one. Tono and Limbs Amethyst reminds me of a Diamine Shimmertastic ink, but which one? Or Diamine, oh, okay. I was thinking Memory Lane, but Memory Lane is warmer in tone. Possibly Lavender Frost, but Lavender Frost looks more gray. And yeah, and then Frosted Orchid, I feel like is similar to Tyrian Purple, but with shimmer. And I just had it. Here we go. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it looks like it might be similar to Amazing Amethyst. The shimmer is like, okay. I really like that though. I really like that. And then Colorverse Andromeda. Do I have something to compare it to? Not really, but that is a lot of sheen for me. So I don't think I'll be keeping that due to the sheen. And then Amber Abode. I have nothing that looks like that. I don't have anything that looks like that. And then Diamine Sunshine Yellow. Let's compare. Here we go. Let's compare it to Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. Yeah, that could be a very good substitute for Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. So highly recommend Diamine Sunshine Yellow or Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn if you are looking for that. All right, so that is part 2 of the inks from Roxy, and then one more from S. Thank you again so much, Roxy, for all of these. Like, I have more than enough ink to last me for at least the next couple of years. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a great day.